The aquarium, a school field trip, 3 5-year-olds, and the $82,000 gross profit private money lending deal. Let me tell you how losing 3 5-year-olds on a school field trip at the aquarium nearly made me lose my mind and led us to making $82,000 on this one private money lending deal. So 2 years ago, I'm at the aquarium with a bunch of 5-year-olds. It was a school field trip, and I temporarily lose sight of 3 kids, and one of them is mine. Y'all, then my phone begins to ring, and I'm like, jeez, look at it, it's Elridge. And I'm thinking, not right now, bro. But I answered it anyway. He says, oh, partner, I need you to take a look at this deal. He sounded excited, but for me, I was nowhere near excitement. And excitement had left me in the building about 15 seconds earlier. I mean, I'm looking for 3 kids in an aquarium. Who would be excited right now? Would you? He says, look, there's these 2 guys. They need us to refinance them out of a bad hard money loan. And what he told me next would turn into an $82,000 profit. I run Vertical Capital in New Orleans. We're a private hard money lender. We process every loan. We structure every deal. We fund directly from our own bank account. It's what we love to do, and we've been doing it since 2021. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe and like. Every week we talk about private money lending and how we're growing our members' accounts from 0 to over 6 figures in cash liquidity. If you want to get to your first 100K or your second or your next 100K, then you should join our free community. The link is in the description. So yeah, me being an entrepreneur, a mom, and a chaperone, wearing 3 hats at the same time, y'all, on that day, that wasn't going too well for me. Elridge tells me these guys got with one of the national lenders. Now, I'm not going to say no names, but the name begins with a B. Y'all, it was terrible. This lender wasn't communicating with the borrowers. The loan maturity was coming up in 2 weeks, and they couldn't get nobody on the phone. Emails taking 3-4 days just to get a response. And they barely could get the proper info for a loan payoff. So of course, a loan extension was completely out the window for them. And at that point, they knew they needed to refinance quickly. So a traditional bank, getting them to refinance was going to be a no-go. Now, what I liked about what Elridge was saying is that this property is a double. 2 beds, 2 baths, each side. 2,133 square feet. And the as-is value was $385,000. And this property was already finished, so no work was needed. This was a true bridge refinance. We're just paying off the current lender and giving these guys a fresh start. Now, I'm really not listening to Elridge at this point, but I did hear that part. My heart was racing a mile a minute. You know, that feeling when your panic goes from 0 to 1,000, and now I'm about to shut this whole building down behind my kids. And everybody in here, they about to be a suspect, for real. Now I'm really annoyed. I'm yelling my kid's name in a crowded aquarium. So going back to Elridge, he says these guys are experienced investors. And he reminded me that I had met at least one of them before. It was a few years earlier. We all met up at, I think it was Baldwin & Co. It's a local coffee shop. The guy was pitching us on the volume of work he did, trying to strike up some kind of discount, I guess. For me, I wasn't too turned on by it. Yo, I always find it strange, do you? When someone presents themselves like they're the only ones bringing all the value to the table before we even done one single deal together. Like, come on, can we do one deal first before you start asking for a discount? Well, nothing never happened of that meeting. After being in real estate since 2004, I've learned not to jump at every dreamy conversation over no coffee. If we're going to do business, it will happen. And I guess this is the happen. Mind you, I'm looking for 3 kids in an aquarium while trying to listen to Elridge. Now my nerves is bad right now. And just in that moment, a lady points me to the stingrays. Y'all, they were waiting in line to pet some stingrays. I'm instantly relieved, but y'all, what type of kids go to an aquarium to pet some dang stingrays? Like, really? At this point, I'm really over it. This school field trip, I'm really ready to go. Now, wait, where I left off. Oh yeah, the deal. So we agreed to a loan amount of $235,000, 13% interest only, 12-month terms, 3 points. Our LTV was 61%. That means we had 39% of protective equity. We raised all $235,000 from our capital partner. I mean, what investor wouldn't want an investment backed by real property that pays 10% monthly with 39% of equity out the gate? And of course, you already know, we ran the 3 C's. The character. They were experienced operators, multiple properties, and the quality of work, excellent. So that checked. The collateral. We were at 61% all in on a finished double. So that checked. And the capacity, yes, they showed a clear ability to close the loan. So that checked. For the first 12 months, everything was smooth. Payments came in on time every single month, no hiccups. As the maturity date was approaching, we gently reminded them of the due date. And that's when they asked for their first extension. They were going after some grant money. They wanted the grant to be in place as an additional benefit for when they sold the property. Now, let me tell you, I learned the hard way about dealing with the state on this grant stuff. It took the state a whole year to tell me they'd do the grant, but with conditions though. And those conditions would cost me more than the actual benefit of the grant. That offer was weak. I was flaming hot. I had already wasted a year and had spent so much in holding costs, waiting on that poo-poo offer. Shame on you, Louisiana. Okay, after that episode with the kids, it was time for lunch. This is when I began to relax and really hear Elridge for the first time. Not that I'm telling a story. I think he was fussing at me. Because he was saying stuff like, "You listening now?" But with a little undertone to it. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm listening. Elridge, after this video, I think we're going to need to talk about that day. So when these guys said they were dealing with the grant people, I already knew they weren't lying. I've been there, so we granted the first extension. Now hear me out. An extension is not a bad thing. In fact, it's built into our promissory note for an additional fee, of course. This works well, especially when the character of the borrower checks out. 12 months of superb payment history, consistent communication, without hesitation. We went with it. 6 more months go by. They continued to pay on time, but the story was the same. Still waiting on the grant. Now, I'm not going to lie. At this point, I was a little annoyed. 18 months in, and their position hadn't changed. I checked MLS, they had listed it, but it wasn't an aggressive push, at least not the one I thought it should have been. And I thought they should have had another exit plan by then. But at the same time, I can't say it was all of them either. Because honestly, y'all, if I had structured a better expectation with my capital partners, we would probably still be holding this deal today. Honestly, there was an opportunity for some growth on our end here. Just before month 18 ended, they asked for the second extension. And of course, we did it. But this time, we were firm. this will be the last one. Y'all need to find a long-term lender. I just felt like if we kept extending, somehow we weren't keeping our promise to our capital partners. We are short-term, usually 12 months. We get in and we get out. But not one capital partner was complaining. The checks kept coming in, so I mean, who would complain about getting a check every month for 25 months? Would you? Now, month 25 rolls around. They finally refinanced us out. We got our full payoff. So let me tell you what 25 months on one private money lending deal looks like. 3 points at origination, that was $7,050. First extension was $4,700. The second extension was $7,191. The fees, $1,395. Interest paid to us was $61,711 for a total of $82,047. Now, what was dispersed to our capital partners was $47,958.33. Vertical capital, we netted $34,088.67. You know what's funny? If they had paid us off in 12 months, we would have made like about $30,000. The extensions added another $52,000. So I guess being patient literally paid off. If you want to learn how we structure deals like this, how we evaluate borrowers, manage extensions, and keep our capital partners confident for 25 months, that's what we teach inside of our vertical capital bankers community. The link is in the description. And to think, this deal started with me temporarily losing 3 5-year-olds in an aquarium. Entrepreneur, mom, chaperone. I guess it does work after all. Every deal is different, but the 3 C's are the same every time. Y'all, I'm Anitra with Vertical Capital, and I can't wait to see you on the inside of our community.